Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh. Bashem Yahshua Bashem Adawakwa. That's double honor unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures. Among other things, Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, I wanted to do a quick video about, the giants of Egypt, because if you understand that there were giants in Egypt, then you would understand that the Heavenly Father created the earth, and not no Big Bang theory, because it is just a theory of a lie, by the way. Right. Now, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 8. And Cush, which is a Hamite, the sons of Ham, and so are the Egyptians, begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Heavenly Father. Wherefore, it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, which is confusion, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. And what is the land of Shinar? Well, the land of Shinar is actually here, Babylonia, which is nowadays known as, what's it again? Iraq. Yeah, this region over here. Right, as you can see here, the Persian Gulf and stuff like that, Shinar. So, where is Shinar? Here, Babylonia. And where is Mesopotamia, Elam, and stuff like that? So, let me Google it. Ancient Babylon. Map. As you can see here, this is the same region that we have here. Here's Israel. Yeah, the Hittites, but they was actually living down there. They was here too. Here, the Hittites, the Amorites, and stuff like that. And then you have it here, the same thing, which is here is where Shinar is, which is Babylon. So it's correct, according to history, according to documents and stuff like that. Sorry. According to the Bible does. So he built all these places. So he was a very great man for building all these places. And you have to understand the architect from back in the days is nothing as the architect of the Edomites that we have nowadays. So it says here, verse 11, out of that land went forth ashore and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah, and resident between Nineveh and Calah. The same is a great city. So he basically kick-started a lot of cities that was built because of him and through him. Right. So what type of architect am I talking about? Well, if you look at these type of architect from Pithom and Ramses, these type of architects, you got to understand this is a mountain, like a big rock. You can't make one mistake. You have to make it perfect, because if you make one mistake, you can't do it over. There's no redos with these type of things, with these type of buildings. And look how small the people are compared to the actual entrance. That shows you that people used to be bigger back then. Right, and of course the giants didn't go inside, because you had big people back in the days, as you can see here. Now, this is Nimrod. He used to grab lions by the back leg. That's how big and strong he was. And these things represent his kingdom, because he was known as the... what's it again? A lion with a person's head. That's not only Egypt had it. They was symbolically calling themselves, the strength of a lion. He's like a lion and stuff like that, because the lion is very ferocious. And here you have, of course, a picture of a normal person. I think this is Nimrod too. Or maybe not. Anyway, here you have the lion laying on the floor and being as small as basically under his knee. I don't know who this is. It is a picture of Nimrod, because it says right there, but Well, I downloaded it as one, but I'm not sure because I know that these are of ancient Babylon, and this is here then therefore lion, and here you have him again with the Christmas tree in his hand, and here you have him again with a lion in his arms, and here you have it again with the Christmas tree, and here you have him again with the Christmas tree, and this time a deer in his hand. You got to be really big in order for you to be able to hold a deer in your hand like that, right? And if you're not convinced, okay, good. Let's go to the Egypt. Now these are the bones, of course, that have been dug up. That's a very big person, by the way. This is a normal bone of a man here. This bone, I don't know what it's called. So I'm not biologically, I'm not in biology, and even English, Dutch, I don't know that word. Anyway, so it's just a bone, like an upper bone of a thigh bone. I think it's a thigh bone, right. Here you have them carrying a giant coffin, and I'm gonna put all these links in the description box. This is a normal deer. This is a professor showing what a hip bone, or not a hip bone, I mean a thigh bone would look like compared to a person. This is an Egyptian coffin, 3 meter long. This is ancient Babylon, if I'm correct. And here you have another giant, this is a train cart. The black thing in the back, where the ladder is leaning upon, this is a train cart. So you can imagine how big this mummy is. Like I said, this is a train rail. They brought it in by train. As you can see, the wheel here and the wheel here. And this thing is still, and it's standing almost diagonal. So it's taller than that, because the ladder is diagonal, leaning upon the train cart. And the coffin is also leaning upon the train cart. So it's a little bit taller than that. If it stands straight up. It's freaking taller than a train cart. So you should think about that. You have them building the blocks, lifting it up. You got a bunch of giant chicks sitting. And these are not children, these are servants. And this is a person compared to a statue. And then you have here another person standing, and that person is exactly the same size as him. So what shows you that? That shows you that they didn't make a mistake when they was doing these size comparisons. Look at this person. It's the same size as this thing over here. And this is all mentioned in the Bible. For example, let me get this scripture right here. Where is it? Where's it? No. Where is it again? Sorry. Yeah, here. As I was saying, where was it again? Oh yeah, here. Right. Now this is the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, "Let us go up at once and possess it," talking about the land, "for we are well able to overcome it." But the men that went up with him said, "We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we." That's what the Lord said in the book of Deuteronomy 7 also. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. Right. It's like giant land in Mario back in the days when I saw this for the first time. I was amazed, man. I was like, what? All crazy. Everything is big, giant land. Basically, the land eats you up. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The land would eat you up, That's how small you are compared to the land. Now, this is a grass leaf. Yeah, this is a movie that I saw back in the days. So, I think here the honey, the bee was gonna come, you know, gathering honey, and it was a big bee and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, the land ate them up. That's how small they were. And the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. So there was very, very, very big people. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. You know, the sons of Anak come from another group of giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers compared to them, as you can see here. You are like a grasshopper compared to this, and this is not even one of the bigger ones. And so we were in their sight. Yeah, because they looked at you like you a bunch of grasshoppers. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this way, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself. That's what the Lord said, Israel, to the Israelites. He told them, go over there and you're going to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, their land and stuff like that. Cities great and fenced up to heaven. Fenced up to heaven. So it's not literally going up to heaven, but let me see. I'm at 10 right now, right? Okay, so here. Fenced up to heaven, but that's just a pyramid. Here, look. This is a person. This is a person. And this is another person. These cities are fenced up to heaven, man. These Hamites had these cities. Egyptians. These are the type of buildings that these people had and still have until this day. And no, this is not photoshopped. This is not photoshopped. This is, if you check out the layout, it's actually from the old YouTube. And this was in 2015, the old YouTube, as you can see it down there. I took these pictures in 2015. Of course, you don't have these videos up no more, because the old YouTube layout is gone. Most likely these videos are gone too. I haven't looked them up, by the way. And this is a person right here. And again, this is not photoshopped. But look how big the opening was. You think that is just for decoration? It's not just for decoration. Anyway, you have people as big as giraffes. And look how a giraffe looks now compared to us. Anyway, so let me go back to where I had this one, which is here, so that, right. The cities were great and fenced up to heaven. A people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, who thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Because nobody could fight them. They were too big. You couldn't fight them. That's why the Lord said they are great and mightier nation than thyself. But still I'm going to make you whoop them. Understand therefore this day that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee. As a consuming fire, he shall destroy them, and he will bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as Yahweh, as the Lord had said unto thee. Speak not in thine heart, after that the Lord thy God had cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord had brought me in to possess this land. But for the wickedness of these nations, the Lord doth drive them out from before me. Now, if you read the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, you will see what type of wickedness there was. Well, that was actually before the flood. Sorry, let me say it good. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Those were the giants before the flood. Was what they was doing, the wickedness. And after the flood, and this time that I'm reading right now here, they was doing wickedness again. Why? Because history repeats itself. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 verse 9 shows you that. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. 1 verse 9. Right. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it. By the way, this is Deuteronomy 7 and this is Deuteronomy 9, which comes after 7, of course. But yeah, I went back. And had cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgasites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them. I shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. So what did the Lord say? He said, go kill them giants, because they was doing wickedness. And if you want to know the wickedness that they was doing, read the book of Leviticus chapter 18. Then you will see the wickedness. I think I made a video about that. Wait. Yes, I did. So I'm going to put the link in the description box. Right. For the wickedness that they was doing back then. Right. Before the flood, by the way. And also after the flood in the book of Leviticus 19, these exact same people, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1, is to be found here in the book of Leviticus chapter 18. So you can read this for yourself if you want. Right. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 5 until verse 30. But it shows you that they was having incest, they was having incest sex, they was having sex with mother and father and aunt, they was committing adultery, they was having sex with 2 sisters at the same time, and the nakedness of their grandchildren, they was having sex with their grandchildren. You cannot have sex with your wife's sister, the vexer. Let me see. They was profaning the name of the Lord. They was sacrificing their children unto fire, with fire to Molech. They was having homosexual activities. They was actually having sex with beasts also. Verse 24. Defile not ye yourself in any, so Numbers chapter 8, Leviticus 18 and 24. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So those were the people that was doing those things, and the land is defiled. For all the abominations, verse 27, for all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. That the land spewed not you out also, when you defile it, as it spewed out, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. So that's why the Lord said, go kill them, in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1 on down, and make no covenant with them. Right. Let me see. I think I've done that. Yeah. So there were giants in the land. There was very large, gigantic, big people with big buildings and big walls, and just everything was big. And also you had the Israelites that built for them as slaves. Now this is Exodus chapter 1 verse. These are other sons of Ham which were in Egypt. Exodus chapter 1 verse 8. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war with other nations, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land, because they wanted them there for the work that they was doing and stuff like that, and they wanted to keep them there because they wanted to have servants. So what they did was, therefore, because they was afraid also for them, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, which are slave owners, basically whipping them. Just giving you an example. And they built for Pharaoh's treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted him, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So why did they enslave him? Because they was afraid of him. Because they started to have a lot of children. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiply and wax exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Nowadays you have these Edomites, they're saying, there's too many niggers. It's the goddamn fucking. That's why they do the gentrification thing. Why? Because when you do the gentrification thing, you get to spread them out uneven. So let's say there's a bulk of Jacob descendants here, so-called black people, right? And you come and fight against them. It's kind of, they're gonna band together, and they're, and a lot of Edomites, they're gonna be afraid to come here, because there's like, let's say 100,000 of them, or something like that. But when you thin them out and then you spread them all across, you cause it for them to be kicked out of their own places because it's gonna be too expensive. Then from the 100,000, it might turn into 50,000. And then you fill that other empty void of 50,000, you fill with other nations. So now they're going to be much smaller, and they're going to be more pleasant for a devil to just walk through the hood, because they're not really scared, because there's not a lot of you. That's basically what the Egyptians was doing back in the days. Right? That's the gentrification shit. It's to make you be less. Right? So now, when you have all these 50,000 that you just displaced, you set them in other places. You send here 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000. So they're going to be spread thin out all over the place. It's not going to be a frightening sight for these enemies. That's one of the reasons why they do that. They don't want you to be together. It's fucking spooky for an Edomite. Sorry, I got to say it like that. Hey, I'm in Europe, so I know what I'm talking about. It's very spooky for them to see a lot of us. They're scared. They really scared. They think we're going to kill them for slavery, what they did. But our people are fucking asleep. They're thinking about bitches, hoes, and status and shit like that. They're not really thinking about taking these devils over. But these devils are scared, boy. They're scared. They're really scared. You see, when they see us walking in the street, when we in a group, when we go to camp, they ask us questions, and they how you call that thing? They think also we are magicians, like we make music or something. They see us, all of us have beard, and they be like, "Hey, are y'all musicians? And do you make music? And are you artists? Are you do you have talent? Because they see us with big not billboards, but big posters and just these type of things. Let me see, drawing bag. Jarring bag. No. Taken. Hey, yeah, this one. This. But then bigger. Like this one, these one. Canvas. Buy a portfolio bags, these type of bags. They see us walk. What the hell? Oh yeah, don't detect it, but it went away. They see us walking with these type of bags and stuff like that because we have stuff in it, But yeah, they see us walking with these type of bags and they think we're magicians. These are our instruments, and they always see us like, if they don't see us as drug dealers, then they see us as musicians or something like that. But yeah, they, we had a Caucasian female, Edomite. She stepped up to us, and she didn't step up to us. Wait, let me say it good. We went into the store with a whole group of us, and then when she saw us, she was packing her groceries near the, when you come in, and you have some kind of table, and then you could put your stuff on the table, and you could pack the groceries for your bag out of the shopping cart. And then you could leave the shopping cart and stuff like that. So she looked at us. she was in the midst of it. She said, "Yay, you guys are intimidating. You're all big and you're scaring me, and you all have beards and stuff like that. You know, I'm kind of scared." You know, then we thought like, listen, we ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We know what you did, but your people. I didn't say that, but I did. We did say like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. We just walking, and she was trying to be friendly and stuff like that. But yeah, she admitted that she was scared. So, and it was just a few of us. You know, maybe about 10, 11, 12, something like that. But yeah, but anyway, this is real, because we also went to another city here in Den Haag. Man, they stopped us. They started. I got angry, but anyway, that's another story. But they asked us like, "What are you doing here? What do you mean? What am I doing here? What do you mean?" But anyway, they came when the police drove by and they saw a whole group of us. Yo, the police stopped and they was coming to question us and stuff like that, man. But anyway, the point is made. I think they're scared. They don't know what the hell. You know how these devils are scared of you. It's like this. When you like how girls are scared of spiders. This is the last example. Look how spooky it looks. Ooh, right? You would run if this fell on your face. And this is too big. This is too big. These ones are scarier. They got them little legs and stuff like that. Okay. People are so scared of this that they want to kill it. Ah, kill it. Right? Of course, you have brave people like this. Yeah. Bet your ass you won't touch this one. You'd be dead. With all these fancy colors. Oh no. You stay away from that one. I think this one you could touch. Yeah, he ain't gonna kill you. But if they bite you, it does hurt. And they do have some sort of poison. These ones brush off their hair, and if it gets in your eyes, you might get blind. But you have a lot of gothic females that have tattoos of spiders. So yeah, clearly they're not scared. But the majority of the planet Earth females, and men too, not the majority of the men, but a lot of men, the majority of the people of planet Earth, especially the females, they are scared of spiders, and they want you to kill it. That's how scared they are. Well, that's how scared these Edomites are for us. They're so scared of us, they want to kill us. Yeah, that's about it. Right. So now going back to over here. So that's the same way these Hamites were scared of the Israelites. Little tiny people that are multiplying all over the place. Let's go kill these people. Let's go enslave them. You know, before, you know, a war break out and they join with our enemies. So let me go back to over here.